Let me actually get started here.
No more heroes, it's hero begin to catch on nobody but yourself, nothing less to do.
Travis, it's kill or be killed.
Yo, hope everybody had a loving and wonderful Valentine's Day weekend and hope you guys stayed safe. Just because the world is a crazy place right now. Today is Monday, February 16th, 2026. And today we're going to be playing more Nioh 3. Just this experiencing more about the game. I haven't been able to put the game down. I've been doing a lot of side stuff and side quests in the game because it is open world. So I've been keeping a lot of the main missions. I'm not going to touch those until the stream. So I guess in between streams, I'll be doing side quests and side missions and then saving all the main story stuff for the actual streams. I think that's been a happy medium for me because I still want to play the game. And it's been harder and harder to tear myself away from that. Both that and Deadlock. I don't know if you guys have heard about Deadlock. It's Valve's hero shooter MOBA hybrid that kind of smacks both genres together and becomes something even harder than two genres separately. And that's been a lot of fun. It's been pretty much almost impossible for me to actually put it down because it's been such a good time. Game has a high skill ceiling, high skill floor, I'd say also. But I don't know why. I just haven't been able to tear myself away from it. The character is interesting. The world is interesting. The game is fun. And there's a lot of people playing. I think just in the last 24 hours, like sometime over the weekend, they were at more than 100,000 players. And this game is in closed alpha, by the way. You have to get in through an invite. So that many people have been invited in and that many people are still playing in an alpha. That's dope. I think as far as other gaming news went, if I like had to recall anything from memory, what was it? One of the former developers of Highguard ended up coming out and blaming and saying how gamers are toxic and blamed their negativity on the game failing, which is its own conversation. And because there's both things on both sides that comes along with that. But he eventually ended up having to delete his Twitter account and no longer is going to be on Twitter, I'm assuming. I don't know if it's just a temporary deactivation, if he's going to be permanently gone, but it came out that he actually went through and deleted his account. It was really unfortunate. You never want to see stuff like that happen. We had a bunch of news come out from the State of Play. We had the God of War trilogy remake. We had the new God of War game drop recently, Sons of Sparta, which apparently one of the original developers, if not the original creator, does not like it. He does not think it's a good game. He thinks it's trash, unfortunately, which is a shame. Besides that, we got some new Avatar Legends gameplay from which they revealed Toph. That was cool. Square Enix's new game, Killer N, I think it's called, if I remember correctly, has under 1,000 players, but they didn't really promote the game or let anybody know it existed, so that's a big... A lot of different things have happened in the gaming space. And good news, we heard that Crimson Desert actually won't have any microtransactions. It'll just be a full, complete premium game at launch, so we gotta clap it up for that. That's cool. Love that. Grateful for that. It just seems like in an age like this where most people want to nickel and dime you, it's just very nice to have a developer come out and just release a finished game. But we'll have to wait and see how the game actually goes when it actually comes out. Speaking of that, also, apparently people have been making a petition at Marvel Rivals. One guy actually went through and made a petition, I can't speak today, to fire one of the developers at Marvel Rivals because they believe the game is just that horribly balanced and that they can't do their jobs properly, which I thought was crazy. And in fact, everybody in the community started clowning them for it because why are you doing that? It's just like, most of the times people would just give constructive feedback or criticism, not demand a developer to lose their entire job.
It's unbelievable.
I think we get a new announcement of a Silent Hill game too. I think it's called Silent Hill Townfall, if I remember correctly, featuring a black main character, which is, you know, I'm always grateful for, so I gotta clap it up for that one. We really don't get a lot of those. I'd say the last game that started a black main character, and at least in recent memory, was probably what, South of Midnight. They actually did it in a respectful way. That was cool. If I remember correctly, I think that covers most of the big announcements. There's been a lot of gaming news, by the way, not only just for fighting games, but for just general things. There was a state of play. There was a bunch of fighting game announcements recently made, some more gameplay shown. We had the whole thing where a bunch of 2XKO developers got laid off, unfortunately. You never want to see that happen. Obviously, a bunch of people who were working on High Guard got laid off. And I think there was one more game I'm forgetting. Because this thing happens so often and so much, it's kind of hard to keep in mind just how many people are losing their jobs every day in the games industry, which is truly a sad thing. You really do hate to see it. My bad, I was getting thirsty there. But I've been covering a lot of my free time, I guess, just going through reading it, trying to stay knowledgeable about these kinds of things, because the average consumer, I don't think, has any knowledge of who actually works on these games, what it's like, even just a little bit. Like, not even necessarily saying you have to have a good idea of what the development process goes, how the development process goes, or what it's like, I mean. But most people just kind of think like, oh, okay, if they have this much money and this many resources, why are they releasing bad games? But the problem is actually a lot deeper than that. Obviously, you could have a similar situation of what happened with High Guard, which it was a bunch of different situations and scenarios that all combined in this one giant snowball of issues, or whether it was the radio silent marketing, the reveal at the end of the Game Awards instead of somewhere like where it was halfway through, the fact that it was presented as coming from people who made Apex Legends and Titanfall, but it wasn't Titanfall 3 or a spiritual successor to Titanfall. And the fact that the developers were in an echo chamber where people were saying they didn't see how this game could fail. They were getting hyped up. There was no beta. I repeat, there is no beta. And it's just a bunch of other situations, scenarios, which not even to get started on a narrative that ran ahead of the game, that it looked like a generic hero shooter. It didn't pass the eye test. But once you played it, you truly got an idea of what they were going for. The problem is most people couldn't play it the first day. Most content creators and streamers and influencers who could have possibly shown off more of the game had to download at the same time as everybody else. And it's just one bad situation after another. And it's just, I can't stop saying it, but you really do hate to see it. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance just dropped a big update as well. Just randomly out of nowhere, they shadow dropped a huge update, so that's cool. That's really dope. But I think besides that, like, for the most part, that's a lot of the bigger pieces of gaming news that got covered. I don't think there's anything too crazy besides Nintendo going after all the Switch emulators. That's another thing that happened too. More and more emulators that work on the Switch and that have their public forks on the internet that people can just kind of go download and get. Yeah, I'm pretty sure if Nintendo gets their way within the next like year or two, it seems like they're scrubbing the internet as much as possible for these, because we had old ones like Emu Paradise or different ROM sites and links that you could go to that all got shut down or had their Nintendo links just taken off completely, and they somehow managed to stay up, which is becoming more and more of a thing. Because most of the time, most of these companies, they have these IPs, and due to either licensing issues, copyright, or the fact that no one's buying them in the store, so to have the game listed is costing some form of money. I don't know how much, but a lot of the times, once these games go offline and once they're taken off the store, there's really no other way to play them or experience them. Like, if someone wouldn't have come up with a way for The Crew to stay online, or Anthem, and so on and so forth, because we've seen this happen so many times. I think some people just recently came out for Unreal Tournament 2004. They had Epic's blessing, luckily, so they went through and actually made an online playable version on modern hardware for Unreal Tournament, the 2004 version, to be playable and for more people to experience it. So again, I gotta clap it up for that. Love game preservation, man. Love game preservation. Love that, man. Love that. But it really makes me ask the question, where do we go from here? Like, are we going to keep seeing games get shut down? Are we going to keep seeing people lose their jobs? Because after a while, most people are going to start losing confidence in industry. And it seems like, I'm not going to say it's one big bubble waiting to burst, But it really does make you wonder how many developers are going in from a constant day-to-day basis, wondering if they're the next ones to be let go, if their job is next, or if they're going to get screwed over by the company they've been loyal to for X amount of years. Because you're not safe whether or not you're successful or unsuccessful. Seems like the only thing that's a surefire thing is the CEO is going to get paid more whether or not you have your job, and that's unfortunate. We just had the situation where the CEO of Ashes of Creation turned out he was doing fraud. There's currently a $140 million fraud issue going on with Ashes of Creation. Let me make sure I have that number right. Because apparently the main leader of their $140 million $140 million of mismanaged funds, which is one of the biggest reasons, if not the reason, why the studio collapsed. There were people who poured $80 million into this game. One of the biggest investors poured $80 million into this game, and he's trying to do everything he can to save it. Because the original CEO and leader had came out and said, "Oh, we don't have any shareholders or investors to appeal to. There's nobody else pulling the strings. It's just us. It's just our money." And he was lying the whole time. Turns out him and his husband were using funds given by shareholders to fund their mansion and their exorbitant lifestyle and not work on the game. The game was costing them millions of dollars a year, but they were actually making enough money to sustain it had it actually been going to the game. And it's really sad to see, because I do wonder about how good or how great Ashes of Creation could have been had he taken the money he was stealing and just poured it into the game. Because a lot of people were super excited about this game. A lot of people were really hoping this game was going to be the next big thing. It's been more than 10 years since we had a decent MMO, so it's unbelievable. Every time something of this scale or of this, like, what's the word for it, with this much promise comes along, even if it wasn't the best thing, because MMOs traditionally and historically have not been the best games. They've always provided that third social space that most people want to get into, because if you have a bunch of friends you can just hop on with, you can just spend hours playing through content, talking with people, hanging out with people. Most people will just hang out in a giant hub area and just sit there and talk all day, because we're running out of third spaces. It used to be, oh, you know, you could go to the mall, you could go to a park, you could go to, like, maybe, you know, a local neighborhood hangout, a YMCA, something to where you could spend time with people away from work, away from school, away from life's responsibilities. And we're slowly but surely running out of places where we can experience that, which is one of the biggest reasons I think that so many people are pulling up in these third spaces in MMOs and just online games, because realistically, where else are you going to go? Every other place requires you to spend money or to be there for a reason. And it's not like you can just go somewhere and hang out to spend time with the people you care about all the time. Maybe one of your houses. I'm not going to say they're completely gone, but it feels like slowly but surely over time, those spaces are becoming more and more of a minority, unless we do something, or unless, like, we have these online spaces, which was Discord. We're kind of going to be running out of things, because now even Discord has been rubbing a lot of people the wrong way with the whole thing they tried to do with making people use their IDs and give up some type of government identifier to show that they're 18 years or older, so they wouldn't be locked to the teenage version of Discord. So that's rubbing a lot of people the wrong way. And the CEO is from Israel, which, depending on your political views, your beliefs, how you feel about Israel as a whole, is also rubbing people the wrong way, especially with this new policy that came in shortly after he became CEO. It's a lot going on, man. So now you got people looking for different Discord alternatives when Discord itself was becoming a third space for a lot of different people. I know my friends and I use it very frequently. And now we're asking questions like, well, maybe we should go somewhere else. Like, I don't know, man. If TeamSpeak, isn't it so crazy that we'll spend so many different times going from one platform to another to try and, like, escape the problems the previous platform had, just with a new platform to bring back those problems the other one had? Kind of like what Netflix is doing when it came for, like, cable television and Blockbuster and everything, where people used to love physical media, but then after a while physical media got too expensive, or digital streaming was supposed to be the alternative. It was supposed to be a cheaper alternative where you could just go through and watch movies and just have this entire catalog of things for like $10 a month, $9 a month. Now streaming services are becoming more expensive and more expansive than cable, where it's like, oh, I gotta have Paramount Plus if I want this show, I gotta have Netflix if I want to watch this movie, I gotta have Tubi. Well, Tubi's free. Tubi doesn't count. But you gotta have all these different streaming services, YouTube TV, to actually catch what you want to see nowadays. Where it's like, oh well, now we might as well just go back to cable or physical media. I might as well just go buy the entire collection on DVD instead of just worrying about having to catch the right show on Netflix when it's actually there. And most of the time, they don't even have what you're looking for. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. Where was I going with this? This really just comes into the whole topic I wanted to talk about today, which was asking people how they spend their free time. Because in between work, in between whether or not you're like a student or you have kids, you don't have kids, you have a full-time job, a part-time job, no matter how stressful or how much free time you get, it really makes me wonder how people are spending their free time nowadays to kind of like function throughout all this mess. Like, what do you guys do to ground yourselves, or what's something that you still find fun that kind of like levels you out a bit? How do you manage your stress? Because at a time where we kind of have to keep going through these historic events, I don't know about y'all, but I'm tired, boss. I know this kind of stuff is hard to talk about constantly over and over again, and no one wants to hear it, which is also another thing in itself, right? Because this kind of stuff isn't easy to talk about all the time, especially when you're playing video games, because most people like to get lost and immersed in a video game. Most people don't want to talk about the political, economical climate of the world right now, which is sad because nowadays you kind of have to. You used to be able to ignore this stuff. You used to be able to mind your own business. You used to be able to, if you were someone who didn't really care for politics, you used to be able to just kind of ignore them, I guess. But even then, back then, I still wouldn't have suggested doing that. But I say all this to say, no matter what it is that you're doing, no matter how it is that you're spending your time, is that you're spending it doing, at least some of the time, something productive or something to improve yourself. Because if the world's becoming a worse and worse place, or the job market is becoming a lot more competitive, school may be getting harder or easier depending on how your Department of Education is being funded or not. It's just very important to stay informed and to stay on track to achieve some sort of goal, to keep becoming a better person, to keep your life as best as possible, I would say. To not get lost in the fact that we're kind of like in a horrible spot right now, but to try and still do what you can throughout all of this strife, throughout all this anger, the stress you may be feeling, and the hopelessness. Because I think that's important. Not blind optimism, but basing your optimism in realistic and grounded action and stuff that's still in your control. Because it does make a difference if you're trying to do something to improve your circumstances of life. Even if things aren't working out, you could still say, I'm still giving it the best I got. And that may be motivating for some and demotivating for others, but at the very least, you can't say that you're lazy. You can't say that you're not trying. You can't say that you're not trying to, make some shake finally. Make something happen. Which I think is important for a lot of people. But that all being said, I'm not going to spend too much time talking at you guys or about anything crazy. I'm going to get into Nioh 3. We're going to boot up the game. We're going to play it. Hopefully have some fun. Let me make sure the game doesn't have an update. I probably should have checked that beforehand, but I was kind of busy this morning. Most of the time I update my games the night before and stuff like that too, but then some games like to release updates the morning of, and then it just completely catches me off guard. Let's see here. Dark Tide get an update. A few other games get an update. Okay, so we don't have to worry about a Nioh 3 update. So I'm gonna boot that up now. Game has been very fun, man. It's been very hard for me to tear myself away from it. Let me pause this Tekken update. Just came out of nowhere. Most of the time I have it set to where my Steam games kind of update automatically, but other times they just won't. And they'll wait for me to boot up the program again. And then manually go and click to start things. I also hate this option because I don't want to change my graphics to the defaults. And I never actually click to do it, but every time I boot up the game, it asks me to do so. As y'all can tell, I've been playing the game a little bit. Let me pause this while this music goes on. Okay. Let me get this cursor off the screen. There we go. As y'all can see, we've saved a bunch of different cats. I don't know where this one came from. But like if you talk to one, you can like pet them and they'll roll over and stuff. I really wish they changed that sound effect for them rolling though. It sounds like a bowling ball rolling down the street. It's like doing something to my ears. I don't think I need rifle ammo. Alright. I pretty much did everything I needed to do last time. And I wanted to start this mission for the stream. Well, on the stream. Yeah, I was doing side missions, which I found out like were kind of a big thing. Because I went to this haunted caves and I was like, oh, okay, cool. This sounds like it might be interesting. And there was a man eating yokai in there. And she was targeting young men and putting them in webs and then eating them alive. I said, that's crazy. And then you catch her, you see her doing it. It was a wild fight, man. It's always the crazy thing about open world games because you'll think something is like a mundane quest or not as interesting, and then you find out it's way more than that. Oh my god. I guess all the shaders and everything are loading in now. Let me see. Yeah, there we go. Nice. Love the stealth system in this game a little more than I did in the last game. Well, this game actually has a stealth system. Last game they kind of had it, but there was no real way to actually use it unless there was a lot of stuff I missed. Kind of makes me wonder, how do you see this as a person and you're just like, oh, we're just gonna go in here? Yo, what's up, Rage? Thank you for the watch streak. I need to add something for that. Like Twitch, I would have thought they would have come up with a native integration for that. All right. If it mattered to them so much to add it, I don't know. That's a tail. I love that they let me slide. Hold on, let me do something real quick. There we go. I'm pretty sure that thing sees me. The face is on its back. I don't think I can sneak up on this thing, so I'm just gonna shoot it. Nice. A lot of dead people in here. It's not a safe place. All right, can we... I was hoping we wouldn't have to thread the needle there. Oh! Keep forgetting this game does things like that. I'm really not trying to fall off one of these edges. I'm like looking up just in case. All right, that's a Cyclops down there. Yeah, it looked a little too easy. I guess that's to help me figure out if you can ambush this thing or not. Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Something's behind me. Is there another one behind me? Wait, is its weak side? It's under stomach? It's belly? It's that under stomach. What happens when you're in the middle of a life or death situation? Struggle to speak. If I can get him to turn around, that'd be fine. We do one of these. Oh, they're weak to lightning. Did not know. It's a wild thing to say. Crazy. Okay. Someone's swinging an axe. But where? I think that's the way I'm supposed to go.
Fishing's better than I thought it'd be here. Oh, is that a bite?
Feel bad for that guy. He wanted to just come in here and start fishing. Why he though? Yes, never underestimate the power of human engineering. I think the Cyclops is somewhere over here. I hear it breathing. Oh, is this just a way back? Okay, yeah. Oh my god, the frames. Yeah, so I imagine we take that path up there and we're just gonna get to him eventually. Ooh, actually, where do I want to jump to? Seems like that's the right way to go. So what if I go down here again? What's crazy about this is the jumping doesn't push you as far as I'd like. So if I'm not careful, I will fall off. Okay, yeah, so we can't go this way. I'm assuming if they wanted this too, they would have had a method for us to drain the water or do something about that. I can't see an alternate path. I'll pray at the shrine right now. Just in case we die so we don't have to backtrack as much. Cool, if you jump in this game, you stay crouching. Love that. Not a lot of games do that. There's gotta be someone behind these, right? Oh.
Who put us up to this? The yokai are too numerous. We can no longer withstand them.
Well, they heard me, so he heard me. Thank you, iframes. I got some projectiles for you. Crouch jump landing very different. Yeah, it's quite nice. Let's see what else we got in here. We could traverse it this way, but what's on the other side? I think I've seen that before where you can land in the crouch. It's very few games do it. Typically they are stealth games or they're open world games very similar to this, funnily enough. The list is very small. Alright, he didn't see me, but somebody else did, I think. Actually, no, he might have. That's why I didn't get the backstab. I thought somebody who saw may have alerted him, though. Over here. The path leading down into a more open area. Don't want to go there quite yet. I like that we already have multiple branching paths through this area. A lot of different things to explore. See, lightning doesn't really bother you. About cats. Nice. Do a lot of damage to the small ones, it's just big ones I have to worry about. And no mimic either, that's nice. Okay, so both paths are leading me down there. I guess that's the next spot to go. Extremely well known alternative to electrical attacks. Funny. Must be that fair. What? Oh, okay. We're just immediately in an arena, locked out. I guess. See a lot of damage. Probably switch to this. Press the wrong button because I'm in the wrong form. Hi, Dad. Give me that. If he's facing me, that means they're attacking his weak spot. Oh, there we go. Okay, so we wait for them to turn around and we just stab them. Oh, you're a monk, okay. Missed time to parry. I was gonna say he just stayed blocking. That's pretty cool. The deflect actually did something. That's also dope. Wow, that actually stops in midair if you hit it. Not have it to where deflects will heal me for doing them. That's pretty cool. It's like a parry, but it's not a parry. Because this game does have actual parries. A few different types, actually. The man was just outclassed.
Gained from hard-hearted training. Summoning yokai would turn this into a unique place for practice.
He died fighting different spirits because he was trying to use them for training? Oh wait, so how was I supposed to get to that other... There's more I could have explored in this cave, huh? I wonder if we can run that mission back. Probably. Of course, a monk would do that. Wow, he was moving. Wonder how he died. Okay. He didn't know about his stomach is crazy. Alright, so I guess we can go back to doing the main quest lines now. Oh wait, this isn't how you leave this place. You go to the mirror. Oops, I forgot where the exit was. Pretty sure we could just teleport outside. What is down here? Let's go to the shrine. I haven't had the time to play Hades 2 lately. I booted it up like once, that was about it. I've been preoccupied with Nioh 3. Been playing a lot more of that. Nioh 3 and Deadlock. A lot more time playing those two lately. Then it was Valentine's Day weekend, so I really didn't game too much. Spent more time going out than I did in the house. Ooh. Thought I was out the way, I was not. Have to wait for the shaders to catch up so this stops lagging. Oh, nice. This guy somehow doesn't see us. Funny enough, the moment he heard the gunshot, he started moving immediately. Oh, somebody's aiming at me. Oh god, the frames.
What?
We're loading in a new area, so that's why this is happening. Who's shooting at me? There you are. Yeah, he has to go. Who see me now? Oh. Anytime I see one of these red spirits, I just fight them just for the free items. Is there some way to break through these? Oh, if there is, I wouldn't know. Oh yeah, there is. I just can't get through it yet. That's all right. It's really nice how they've kind of managed to weave all these different mechanics in. It doesn't feel overwhelming, at least not for me. A lot of the stuff just isn't in the second game at all. In the Metroidvania, yeah. Ow. Oh, well, I know how to beat you guys now. Not really too worried about it anymore. It might be the last one. Yeah, that was the last one. I keep trying to wait to fight. It's like some super big enemy, so I would save my transformations, and I'm like, well, I'm probably not gonna see the next one for like 2 hours.
Huh? The hell is that? Some round thing is rolling around.
I guess he found out what it was, because he definitely died. Oh, it's the cat. All right, where are we going? I like how they always double check to make sure you're still following them. Oh, nice. A Kappa? Excuse me. Okay. He ran, he got away. Forgot how annoying this enemy could be. I know the cat is just like, are you serious right now? They drop a lot of loot though, so it's worth it to chase them. I can't see. Yeah. Yeah. Whew. I had a feeling that was gonna happen sooner or later. Just because I can't, the jump really doesn't go that far. Oh man, that sucks. Okay. What's up, everyone? Not really. I don't know if it's something you can unlock later or what. But that should have been a jump I could make. I think my timing was just slightly off, which cost me dearly, of course.
This way!
Like, you see how I'm able to make some of these effortlessly, and other ones I'm like just barely making it. It's really weird. Like the double jump does not feel good here because I played so many games with a better one. It feels more like they added one just to say they have one.
What?
Maybe I'll try it out. Okay, so I don't think I went this far the last time. I went through here. I'll go down to that pier in a second. Let's try this again. The thing about it too is with the light changes here, I can just barely see. Like when I was following it down that path, I don't know what it's like for you guys, but it's like certain pieces get illuminated once I get a little closer. So I can't actually see the ground. Like right here, I can't see anything. Now I can. Yeah, see, like what I'm gonna try and see if there's another way around. Oh yeah, there's no mantling either, so that's a big thing. And I can't jump to get back up. So we just kind of have to do this now. Kind of feels a little clunky. Like that one, I didn't even have to jump. I just kind of ran up. But if you follow them and you pet them, you actually typically either get a ninja's lock or samurai lock for more skill points and stuff. So I always follow them. You know, Kodama's here. Wait, that's scary. Jumping like that, that's scary. Yeah, see, I tried to sprint there. My character didn't sprint. Oops. Very weird very sketchy making jumps like those. Because other times it looks good and I'm like, oh, okay, I can make this easy. And then I miss. And then I die. They said there's a shrine down here, so that's what I'm also going to be looking for. The thing is, were we just right next to it? Or is it above us? I did the same thing, so now I have to go through and make the same jumps. It's not the shrine. Yeah, see, like, I can't see here. I'm gonna have to turn my brightness up. But I don't know if it's like that type of brightness where everything else gets super bright and the dark areas just only get a little more visible. That's some good looking water though. Actually, it's okay looking water. It's mainly the reflection of the sun doing it. Okay, so it's got to be above us then. Oh, let me grab that. Nice. And that's this area done. There's something down here further down closer to the beach. Alright, let's just drop. drop. Part of me wishes they gave us a horse, but they're not gonna do that. I don't think so, at least. I think this is the closest thing we'll get to it because we can sprint and we have fast travel, so I'm not complaining too much. Most Koei Tecmo games that involve horses not been... Controls haven't always been the best. Never did. Okay, so there's an enemy base down here. Thought it'd be something like this. What's crazy is all enemies can jump like this too. You'd think the armor would stop this man, but nah. He can only block for so long. Executions never get old either. Like when you guard break somebody, you go for the heavy attack. Like it's always very nice in this game. They're very satisfying to hit. I missed. Let me just do that so nobody else can shoot me. I could have also shot that and then blew him up. Speaking of that. Whoops. There it is. I heard about that. I heard about that. I wonder if ever at all in the future they're going to be revisiting Dino Crisis, because the closest thing we ever got to another Dino Crisis game was Exo Primal. Which I know people have been begging, pleading with them for another Dino Crisis game. Thing is, I don't remember if the old one sold out, well or not. They have a cult following, but I don't know if people would buy another one today. It's hard to tell. Like, would it be worth it? Because if they give it like the full RE remake treatment, that's gonna be a lot of overhauling and a lot of money. They've already got so many different projects they're working on currently. Oh yeah, new dot hat. I saw that announcement you said, Mirivon. I'm kind of over arena fighters, man. Honestly, if I want to buy one has to do something drastically different than no other arena fighter has done, and I really just haven't seen that yet. But I'm not spending my money on another arena fighter. I'd be much more interested if they gave it the Dragon Ball Fighters treatment or even the Marvel vs. Capcom treatment. Something. We've already played Naruto Ninja Storm 1 million already. Started as RE clone, but did different stuff, more complex codes, puzzles that set the tone for future RE games. Yeah, that I also remember. I just don't think they did particularly well, funnily enough. I know people love them. I just don't know if Capcom ever visit them for that very reason. You know, nowadays, even if your game sells like millions of copies, if it doesn't hit those performance metrics, they don't want to do it. And somehow, some way, it still doesn't protect your studio from being shut down. But I knew exactly how the My Hero Arena Fighter is about to be. If you play One Justice 1 and 2, you know, they add maybe a few more things, but it's still an arena fighter. It's like we have so much potential for different styles of anime games. Why are they only doing arena fighters, and why are they only doing fighting games? Can we get an RPG? A side scroller beat 'em up at this point, even something different? That could also be it too. They could be doing that to gauge interest. I'd even take that because that was at the very least different. Clash of Ninja. But yeah, this is also what they could be doing with Dead or Alive. Because Dead or Alive 6 is getting the last round treatment that 5 got. So I guess this is them maybe kind of trying to gauge interest again and get funding and see if people are still interested in a Dead or Alive series, which they are. It's just that 6 was so laughably bad, it put a lot of people off the franchise because they tried to nickel and dime everybody. You have to pay money to change your hair color in that game. And then let's say you bought a different hair color and wanted to change your appearance. Like let's say you bought the hair color blue. And I remember this because it would cost like $5 to change your hair color of one character to blue. And you wanted to buy a new hair color. If you wanted to go back to the original hair color, you have to buy it again. It's just awful, awful. That's greedy even by their standards, because they're known for being greedy. Everybody excusing it, at the very least you got some more content and other costumes and things out of it. That's the same game that has hundreds of dollars worth of DLC because they keep doing costume packs. Okay, I'm gonna have to go back and get a proper angle on this. I mean, fighting games probably do better if they didn't do such off-the-wall naming conventions to bring in new players rather than just devout fans. How many random numbers and letters does the title need? Well, not only that, it's just they've been making the same game for the last 10 years. That's the biggest complaint with all these anime arena fighters. They're literally just the same game over and over again. Because of how popular anime is, people don't care about these names as much as they might lead you to believe. They're just not fun because we've seen them before. Like if you've played any of the Naruto Shippuden Ultimate Ninja Storm games, you've played the Demon Slayer Arena Fighter, you've played the My Hero Arena Fighters, you've played the, what was it? Not the Black Clover one, because the Black Clover one was actually decent. They tried to do something more akin to a MOBA. But it's just the same game over and over. What's up, Morbid? Appreciate you for coming in. Welcome to the Panda Army. Hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for stopping by. How's the stream going today? It's going pretty good. We're just talking about anime fighters right now. So many of them have just been the same game over and over again. Just recap some of the gaming news earlier, like what happened with everything. He said just saying it shouldn't take going to a third-party website to figure out the order of the games or what in the series. That's fair. I guess for the casual fan, for sure. That's fair. What was I gonna say? We were talking about some gaming news earlier, like how one of the developers, a Hygar, who called out people for being toxic in the gaming industry, which he wasn't wrong necessarily, but he was saying that's why the game failed, and it came out that he actually went through and deleted his Twitter account today. Which a myriad of different horrible decisions and unfortunate situations are the reason why that game failed. The lack of marketing, the fact that they didn't get in front of the narrative of people immediately calling it another generic hero shooter, which it actually does some things unique that most people haven't seen before. But the little to no marketing, the fact that it was coming in at the end of the Game Awards, and the game had 3v3 at the start and didn't have Hobby 5s at the beginning. There was no betas, so people couldn't get their hands on the game, and once the game actually came out, people couldn't play it. We had the God of War games get announced. Well, the God of War trilogy remake get announced. The new game drop, which is a side-scroller game featuring Kratos and his brother Deimos, which I thought was pretty cool. Apparently, the OG creator hates it. Trying to think what else happened. Ashes of Creation, that MMO people were really looking forward to, and we're gonna really enjoy. Yeah, apparently the guy behind that, the CEO, was doing fraud and embezzlement. So $140 million of that game's development just went down the drain because it came out him and his husband were pocketing the money, which is so crazy. Yeah, I heard good things about the new Castlevania game as well. I'm interested. I'm definitely interested. There's just so many games coming out, man. So many games coming out. We got some more Marvel Tokon gameplay. Seems like they're listening. They made changes and based upon the feedback and stuff they were getting. Because if you played the second beta, they were just outright asking people in the beta, does this game look boring to you? Is it actually fun to play? Which I thought, you know, it may suck that you have to ask that, but it shows a good sign that you're asking that because you want feedback. You want to make your game better. All right, that's all I've done. But you said you wish they would have put the new God of War game on Steam the same time as PlayStation? I feel that. Sony probably might start doing more stuff like that in the future, maybe with some of like their lesser known IPs, not their big flagship ones. Because no, typically nowadays, if you want to get a Sony game on PC, it's like what, a 1 to 2 year wait. I would love if they started doing more and more of that though, because if they started dropping them day one, same time as PlayStation, their sales are only going to go up. Even if you want to keep people in the PlayStation ecosystem, it's going to do nothing but help you because they're already making billions of dollars on it. You said you're about to go down this dot hack rabbit hole. Yeah, from what I remember, that was like the first anime to actually do it, where you enter, if I remember correctly, because I don't know if an anime that may be lesser known or maybe as widely as known, but just maybe older, if they did it first. But I think that was the first anime to come in where it's like, oh, you go into the game and all of a sudden you can't log out, like you can't leave. Like, I think that's where, of course, where Sword Art Online and other anime got their inspirations from. What keeps me from buying the games on PlayStation now? My PS5 is sitting dusty and I don't want exclusives on it now because they go to Steam, but I also don't want to wait. Yeah, so it's just one of those things. That's why they do it. It's like, okay, either you're gonna wait or you're gonna buy it early. One of the two. I was gonna buy Nioh 3 on PlayStation if they didn't have it on PC. But this is one of those games that we're talking about. This game released on PlayStation and PC when it could have just been a PS5 exclusive. And at first, that's how they were marketing it. Of course, it's not a Sony first-party title, though. And luckily, they don't require you to have a PlayStation account like they tried to do with Helldivers. I think they're requiring it with some other game that came out recently, though. Can't remember what it is. PS5 is mainly for sports games, so everyone likes to use scripts on consoles. Not fun. Yeah, that's another thing, too. People forget people on console cheat as well. It's just different. It's just a different form of cheating. Also, Silas PS5 and PC exclusive at launch. Oh yeah, right. That game did come out, didn't it? I didn't pay too much attention to that one. Heard some people liked it. Heard some people didn't. Heard it's like, you know, some people gave it a 7. It looked good, but I just never played it. Like me, I'm very particular about the type of games I end up spending money on or I end up like buying, because I'm like, if I'm not gonna go through and completely beat the game at some point, I don't want to buy it. I've had Nioh 2 for a few years, and I knew I was gonna beat the game, so I picked it up. And I didn't even know the game was gonna get a sequel. I just always planned on beating it. At least that's typically the plan. Because, you know, we all know how backlogs work. Sometimes you'll buy a game, you're like, oh, this game is great. Then another great game comes down, and you're like, oh, I'll just come back to this one when I finish the other one. And then the cycle continues. Now all of a sudden you got 1,500 games in your backlog you just never beat, and you're still over here in the store buying more. So you always plan to play and beat every game I buy, but I don't know, Rage. You be, I'm gonna let you do you on that one. I'm gonna let you do you on that one. I'm gonna have to take your word for it. End up like a baseball card collection. I feel that. I have to sometimes look at the ceiling when I see an item over here because I don't want to get ambushed by a monster. This looks interesting. There's so much to do in this game, and I'm not even doing anything related to the main quest right now. I probably should.
Hamamatsu from evil.
Oh my god. So I don't always have the time to play like MOBAs or make an offering. Sure, why not? Oh! Okay, what you gonna do? Thumbs up? This game has mimics. In order to get past the mimic, you have to mimic the mimic. Otherwise, you end up fighting yourself, which I think is pretty cool. The game doesn't... I don't think they tell you that either. They might if you end up in a tooltip section after dying. But that's pretty cool. The only thing I don't like about it is most of the time, if they're in a chest, your chin gets smacked by the chest and you take a little bit of damage. But the Avatar fighting game, I think, looks really good. I think between that and... what was it? Invincible Versus, maybe? Those might be the tag fighters I'm more so into. Maybe even Marvel Tokon. It really just depends on how many of them have other things to do outside of just fighting other people. Yeah, that seems to be filling a void. A lot of people... Mortal Kombat left for a lot of different people. Because it's like, it's gory. There's a lot of action. Plus it's mainstream because most people have seen Invincible, or at the very least are knowledgeable in some fact about it. Happy to see that series getting its love that it deserves because it's an older franchise. I read the whole entire comic book. Really good. Really good. And the fact that they actually got the creator to be able to come on board as well. Same thing for The Boys. Boys is an older series as well. I read the whole comic book run for that and I was like, oh my god, no wonder they had to rework some of this stuff around, because some of that stuff you cannot put on TV. You will not be able to put on TV nowadays. And a lot of it just hasn't aged well. So I get it. You said that's the reason why you're hyped for Combo Devils as well. It has a lot of modes besides just 1v1. Yeah. And I do hope the Avatar fighting game has some type of story mode or something. We were just talking about it the other day where fighting games will come out and the actual fighting portion will be good, but the actual product portion is not. Just because, like, if you're not a fighting game player, there's not a lot for you to do outside of just fighting another person. I think that's one of the reasons why 2XKO is struggling. Because with the small roster and everything, it's like that's not a deal breaker for everybody, but for most people, it's like, okay, if I'm gonna be seeing the same matches all the time, what am I gonna be doing outside of playing people? Like, there's no story mode, there's no arcade. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong. But it's just fighting. And that's not gonna gel well with everybody. It's like there is a whole, what was it? Not essay, but a whole think piece that came out. One of the guys behind the, I believe it was the Tekken Weibo Wiki. I can't remember it for sure. But he was talking about how fighting games aren't bad games necessarily, but they're bad products, and they kind of haven't aged well to catch up with everybody else. Because we see them trying to do the whole live service thing where they have battle passes, they have season passes, they'll have the extra ultimate premium edition, the super arcade edition, but they won't have a functioning story mode. They won't have crossplay. Some of them still are releasing without crossplay. They won't have character customization besides just buying skins and stuff like that, which is one of the best parts of fighting games because you get to see the entire character on the screen. And most, like, it's not like a first person shooter or a third person shooter where you're only looking at a person's back and maybe sometimes their front. Like, no, the characters are in the middle of the screen, so it's like That's one of the biggest wasted opportunities, I think, is just having a mode where you can kind of like customize and show off your characters, which people love. City of Wolves is the only new game out that did it right. But you said that's because fighting game devs put the same amount of effort that sports game devs put in their game, bare bones, because they know it. So anyway, not necessarily, Rage, not necessarily. That one we're gonna have to agree to disagree on, because I will say in that same vein, games like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 have been on the forefront of putting content in their games. Granted, they're part of the big three, and Mortal Kombat as well. Those are exceptions to the rule. But fighting games have historically been niche. Most of them do not really put in the same amount of numbers as other games in that same industry do. When I say Mortal Kombat is one of the exceptions to that rule, because fighting games still, even to this day, are still very niche. They still haven't really hit the mainstream like other games have. The only one to break through that mold lately that isn't Mortal Kombat has been Street Fighter, because they've sold millions of copies now. But if we take like those numbers and put it next to a Call of Duty or a Battlefield or an Arc Raiders or a, you know, an action or open world RPG, almost always fighting games will be on the smaller end of the scale, because they have that not only feeling of getting hard to get into, but because most of them are still very niche and not as feature complete. Like, yeah, in Tekken 8 we got a story mode, we got a new arcade quest mode, we got a new Tekken Ball, we have the battle lounge, the battle hub in Street Fighter. Street Fighter has the world tour mode, which unanimously has been grateful for bringing a lot of people in, and that's what a lot of people have been reporting on, saying that they don't play the actual fighting portion of the game, they play world tour, because 40% of the actual player base in Street Fighter 6 have not touched ranked. 40% of the player base in Street Fighter 6 has not touched a singular ranked match. It's been world tour mode, it's been arcade, because I think a lot of people fail to realize just how many people will boot up a fighting game, play the arcade mode, maybe play the story mode, and then never touch any other part of the game as well. Like, we can use I remember talking to Zombie about this, and he was telling me how he doesn't play much Tekken outside of actually customizing the characters, in which he's not the only one who does stuff like that. But a lot of them just lack the same type of features you would catch in other games. Like Call of Duty has a story mode, they have a zombies. They sometimes, depending on what one will come out, they'll have like an extra mercenaries mode or something like that, where like you're playing Modern Warfare 3 and it's just you and one other person tackling on enemies in different waves, like Ghost had Extinction. But let's say you didn't just want to hop into a team deathmatch, right? You have all these different form of content. You have all these different game modes. You have your character, you have your skins, of course, not only for the guns but for the characters. You got your camo grinding, you got your challenges. There's so many things outside to do besides just point your gun at a person and shoot it, and so many different things to work for. Fighting games typically don't have that. Like, you're not gonna catch dailies or weeklies and monthlies in most of them. You're not gonna catch people grinding for like skins or different items, unless it's one of these newer ones like Tekken or Street Fighter. They're not working with the same level of content, and most of them, like I said before, don't have crossplay. Some of them might not have rollback. What was it? Only recently we started getting games that actually have crossplay and rollback, because up until COVID was the main reason fighting games had to get better netcode. Before that, everything was still delay based. The servers were still, if you played online, in fact, most people from other countries, when they play American players and they're lagging, they're like, why are American players so good at playing in lag? It's because we had to deal with that. We just had to hold that. But a lot of them end up focusing on esports. A lot of them end up focusing on other things, trying to dumb the game down for more people to hop in, and sacrificing the vision of what the game should be, which now you start alienating your core fan base, the people who like how hard that is. And then you have the other part of the fan base with the casuals who are like, oh, well, this game really doesn't have that much depth to it. Where do we go from here? Like, if we take MKX, right, they had what, the crypt, they had the arcade mode, they had the story mode, plus you had online play with ranked and the casual league, you had your esports side. There was so much to do in that game. Even if you didn't want to go online, people still bought that game just to play arcade mode, you know, do a couple cool things, the story mode, maybe get a couple skins with the crypt and unlockables, and then that's it. Nowadays, people are forgetting, like people are trying too hard to sacrifice the difficulty of a fighting game without realizing what makes Not only what makes them great, but also what they're missing. But you said we need to bring back characters you can only unlock through story mode or certain modes. It's very archaic. It's very archaic. They haven't caught up development wise. Like they're still stuck in the past. A lot of the features that you catch in current games, modern games that are being released, most fighting games that come out nowadays aren't feature complete products. Like how we said before, they're missing a story mode, they're missing an arcade mode, they're missing some of them are missing lobbies. Don't forget, Mortal Kombat 1, if you wanted to just open a lobby with a group of your friends and play them that way that wasn't King of the Hill, you couldn't do it. That was the only way you could actually play with your friends. That was missing lobbies. The story mode was okay. The arcade mode was okay, but outside of that, you really didn't have much. That was another one of those games that, while it sold well initially upon release, there's a specific reason why they didn't get the traditional 2-year development NetherRealm time that every other game got. That game, they had more content planned. They weren't able to do it because it performed so poorly. It was missing stuff. It's like, I wish it was an issue that was just as simple as, it seems like MK was the only series that was doing that. The Crypt thing had been around a long time. The extras of MK versus other games, so I prefer MK over other games. Yeah, I agree with you fully. Like, Mortal Kombat became the McDonald's of fighting games. Let me explain. Yeah, it still launched without crossplay at first in this last one. Yeah, so that was the game where it's like, okay, no matter what we do, 9 times out of 10, it's not gonna fail because it did so well on all those other aspects. Like if you had a Mortal Kombat like Deception, right? If you had a whole open world, you could go around and go around finding different characters, you know, fight them, do different quests, do different things. You had the kart racer mode in Mortal Kombat Armageddon. A kart racing mode in a fighting game. It's unbelievable. On top of the story mode, on top of the arcade mode, on top of a character creation mode. Different endings. And granted, a lot of stuff got streamlined together because it was Midway's last game, their business was going under. But that is one of the most feature complete fighting games I've played in a long time. Soul Calibur 3 and Soul Calibur 2, you had Weapons Master mode. You could create a character, I think mainly in 3, not in 2. But 2 had a lot of stuff in it as well. Like, what happened to survival and time attack modes? Dead or Alive had a tag fighting mode in a 3D fighting game. Where did all this stuff go? DOA 4 had a whole lobby that you could customize the entire look and feel of. You had a whole avatar you could customize the entire look of. You had the monitor that would be on your screen when looking at other people fight that you could look at. And the only game to replicate that lately, but like Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8 are just now getting around to doing that. DOA 4 was a 360 game. It was one of the first fighting games to do that. And like one of the only ones to actually kind of nail that system since. Street Fighter 6 is just now getting around to Battle Hub matches being displayed on the main monitor in front of you. But yeah, they even sell people a DLC to unlock the crypt in any other game. People be screaming, but no one seems to care about it when MK does it. Yeah. It's because in half these other fighting games, they don't even have the feature to begin with. The audience has been so conditioned to just take whatever they give you. You gotta think about that, Rage. You may not have liked it. It may have looked something like the Wii to you, but a lot of people love that. And that's more than what we had in any other game. Like, just because you may not have liked it personally and looked like Wii characters to you, everybody was doing that shit at the time. That's before Street Fighter did it. That's before Tekken did it. That's before Mortal Kombat did it. Well, Mortal Kombat hasn't done it. No other fighting game has had a lobby since then. And everybody was in those lobbies. If you're playing DOA 4, you're in that lobby, your character's, you know, customized, dripped out. People loved it, man. But it's not even necessarily like the aesthetics of it that I was making the point for. The point is you had the option to do it. The point is, you had that extra content added in there. You had something for the casual fan base who would want to come through, show their lobbies off, and just have a third space to hang out in. Which fighting games are a very sociable genre. Their background leans into that. That's why they're trying so hard to recapture that magic they had back in the day. You had people going into arcades who could hang out, who could talk, who could speak with each other. And really the only genre that's kind of doing that nowadays, which is a genre that's been doing it forever, are MMOs. They kind of give you that third space hanging out that most people didn't have it. That's what it's for. He says just genre, we have these amazing looking characters used to fight and you look at plastic toy wobbling around, but I agree capability trumps aesthetic. Yeah. And like I said, that's subjective. You have some people who like it, you have some people who hate it. It really just determines when it comes to your taste. It's not gonna hit everybody the same. I was hoping I could kill him before he recovered. I have to remember where that starts and where that ends. Okay, he's dead. Can't get to him because this man's body is blocking the way. Where'd the other monster go? You're absolutely right, Rage. We're not going to talk about it. I'm just going to keep moving forward. But that's the main consensus of the main issues with fighting games nowadays, is because most games that they're competing with have way more features and way more things for both casuals and diehards of the genre. Like, if we take Deadlock, for example.
You're kidding, right?
Because the biggest thing people always say, yo, Iceball, what's up? Appreciate you for the raid. Appreciate you popping in. Hope everything's going well. Appreciate y'all coming in. Let me get you a shout out if I can. I have to do this without my stream crashing. Give me 1 second here.
Let's go.
Yo, Chef, is it Chef Rocky? Appreciate you for the follow. Welcome in, welcome in. Hope all is going well. We were just talking about fighting games and how feature incomplete they are, as well as, like, you know, other things that are coming out. Talk about games like Mortal Kombat, stuff like that. And just a bunch of different games. Let me see if I can do this correctly. There it is.
Yeah, boy.
If the shout out command is going to work. There we go. There we go. What were you playing? What were you streaming? You guys should definitely give Icebone a watch. Check that man out. Go over to his channel. Give him a follow. Very entertaining.
Oh, shit.
Oh, God. This looks like Jedi Survivor. Was that Jedi Survivor? Can't remember the last time I touched a fighting game. Yeah, we were just talking about how, you know how most people say when they're trying to get, oh, by the way, I guess let me give you guys a quick intro. For those who don't know, I'm maximum obesity. Obviously, I'm not obese, but I should be, essentially. If you guys wonder where my name comes from, I used to eat quite a bit, but I also was in sports that kind of saved me from being obese. And I thought it'd be interesting to kind of like, as someone who eats that much but isn't that big, most people will come through and immediately starts a conversation of, oh, why is your name that if you're not obese? That kind of like was one of the biggest reasons, because most people, it catches their attention more. Because if I was obese, most people wouldn't care. But since I'm not, it's always a conversational talking point. It sticks with people a little more. Plus, it's a lot more brand friendly than a lot of different internet names. It's like you could say that and just bring it up in a room and it's like, oh, okay. It just gets people's interest. Been on a Star Wars journey, beat Fallen Order a few weeks ago, and I've been playing Survivors. Nice, nice. Love that for you. But we're pretty chill in here. I want to say we talk about anime, comic books, movies, TV shows, different pieces of gaming news as well. Because I used to read gaming news on stream, but I kind of stopped doing that so I could actually spend more time playing games. Now I just kind of talk about it as we're playing. Like, if you're wondering what some of the name is Icebreaker, yeah. It kind of helps get that conversational ball rolling a little easier and loosens people up a little more. But when I say we talk about mental health, typically that's like an everyday thing. It used to be like mainly on Mondays, like today. Like earlier today, I was just asking how people spend their time and what kind of gets them out of bed in the morning to just kind of move, and how people just kind of get through the day. Because there's a lot happening around the world right now. And not everybody has the time to do the things that they love, or whether it's a hobby, something you're passionate about. Maybe you want to spend more time with the people who mean the most to you, and not everybody can do that, unfortunately, because they got to work, they got to go to school. Some people got kids to take care of and feed, so you got to spend more time away from your family to kind of like make ends meet. Those kinds of things, right? And just kind of like giving people an avenue to where it's not taboo to talk about this thing, because especially if you're black, y'all know we don't get always to talk about mental health. Sadly. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to do it. It's kind of like make it less taboo, make it a little more accepted in the community, and more people comfortable with talking about it. Because I don't want it to be this weird abstract thing that you can't bring up or that you can't talk about if you're not feeling some type of way. Like the same way we look at physical injuries is how I'm trying to get people to look at their mental health. Because if you're not taking care of your body physically, it's an issue. But for some reason, if you're not taking care of your mind, it's more accepted. Like if you're not getting enough sleep, if you're not, you know, doing the things that matter to you and to take care of you, if you're not all right emotionally, most people are more inclined to not care. Like you can tell your boss, like, oh, I'm sick, I can't come in today. You tell your boss, I don't know, chief, I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, your ass is getting fired. But you know, like it's it's unfortunate, man. It's truly a sad thing. I got you on a clip. I'm gonna go back and make that one later. There's an actual clip command. I forgot what it was. I'm sure somebody will remember it, but I'm gonna mark it for you. But yeah, that's typically what we talk about today. We're playing through Nioh 3. I beat Nioh 2 not too long ago, so that's just kind of like the environment I've been kind of setting everybody up for. Whether it's very chill, I'm not like super over the top. I try to make sure it's like an okay space everybody can hang out in. From time to time, I like to do charity streams in June for members of like the LGBTQ community. And it's been a fundraiser in the past for what's called the Trevor Project, which is a suicide prevention and crisis intervention organization where they help people, LGBTQ youth, potentially from the ages of 13 all the way up to 24, who may be going through different things, who may not be in the best space in life, kind of like giving them that shoulder to lean on and someone to kind of go to if they're experiencing certain things in life that they can't talk to anybody else about. Because unfortunately, not every space that you're in is accepting. Not everybody wants to see you succeed. And sometimes your family members can be your biggest enemies. Which is always unfortunate, man. Because those are supposed to be the biggest people in your corner. But sometimes people are going through things that they have no other place to go to and no one else to talk to. And it's just, it's really... It's unbelievable. And it's always a sad thing to hear about. So that's typically why I do that, typically in June. I know you guys are in ads, but just informing everybody of that. But I've tried to set up an okay space for everybody to come in, kick their feet up, relax, hang out, talk to each other without being super weird or taboo. I don't know how many times I've tried like going to a new community on this platform with somebody who seemed chill, and then I found out they're racist. I don't know. I don't know what it is about putting the camera in someone's face or what, but it's very hard to find a space for us. And so I'm trying to make one for us, essentially. Somewhere where you're not even necessarily like making it a big deal about being respected and being accepted, but a place where mutual respect is just understood and doesn't have to be fought for all the time. That kind of thing, you know? So if you guys are cool with that, you know, rocking with that, I'm rocking with you. But I appreciate everybody like taking the time out their day to be here, for coming through, for hanging out. Even if it is for a few seconds, whether you're lurking, chatting, subbing, donation, whatever it is, I always tell people our most valuable asset is our time. So I'm always thankful for anybody who gives me even a little bit of theirs. I'll try not to waste it. I think that's always important, man. We have so little time to do what it is that we want to do. With that being said, I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. I hope you guys had a great Valentine's Day weekend. I was able to take my lady out. We were able to do something. She had a lot of fun, so I was thankful for that. Hope you guys are able to do the same, or at the very least, if you don't have a Valentine or if you're single this Valentine's Day and have been for quite some time, I hope you're doing an important thing, loving yourself, taking yourself out on a date, getting yourself a gift, because self-love is the most important form of love, as cliche as it is to say, because if you're not happy with yourself, why should anybody else be? But we're gonna get back into this game. That's enough of my like let me get off my soapbox. Just kind of giving you guys an idea of what I'm about, what I stand for, what I support, in case anybody was wondering. What was I doing? Oh yeah, right. I have to finally start this main mission. I've been doing so many different side quests. Actually, I'm gonna turn this back on. But Icebone, thank you again so much for the raid, bro. Really appreciate it. Much love going out to you. Thank you for that, especially for sharing members of your community with me. Didn't mention old people once. Max. Oh no. Definitely not beating the ages allegations. I mean, you know, I think it's understood that whether or not you're old or young, I'd respect you anyway. But see, this is the problem with old. Let me stop. You know, I should have known that was gonna happen. But in case you guys are wondering, Nioh 3 is like, it's similar to how games like Elden Ring approach the Souls-like genre by making the whole thing open world. Where you go through, you have all these different side quests, all these different things that you can do, but it also bridges the gap with having combat closer to Sekiro. Or Sekiro, depending on how you want to pronounce it. Made by people who've worked on like the Ninja Gaiden series and games of that nature, like from that same studio. The only problem is if you play on PC, that optimization is a little iffy, but it's also multiplayer. It has a bunch of different ways you can approach combat and moving around in the world. But I also do stream on YouTube as well. And I'm trying to like get back into making content as well, since I just recently switched over to Linux. So I have to relearn how to edit videos and do everything well. As you can see, the combat flows really well. Well, thank you, Chef. Thank you. Wait, we were talking earlier about gaming news and like everything going on in the gaming space. Like, there's so many games coming out, it's kind of hard to keep them all in order, because even if you're just talking about this year, you still got Crimson Desert coming out. We had Nioh 3 come out. We got GTA 6 dropping later this year. Pragmata. We have so many different games. RE9, which is a game I'm going to be playing after Nioh 3. But what the games I play, it's really easier to tell you what type of games I don't play, and there really aren't a lot of those. I try to avoid bad games at all costs, because honestly, we're spending too much money on games for them to be horrible, for them to come in bad online and things like that. But just to, I guess, to keep the list short, I've played games like Ninja Gaiden. I've played a lot of fighting games, obviously, like Tekken, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. I'm going to be playing a lot of those. Actually, when Alex drops in March, I'll be playing Street Fighter, as well as Tekken 8 Season 3. I'll be playing those a lot more. If anybody's familiar with Deadlock, I play that as well. I've never ever seen you play a sports game, but you play like everything else for sure. Yeah, I just don't always stream them. Like, there are a lot of games I play that I don't stream. But I've played 2K in the past. I played Madden. I played NFL Street, NBA Street. But as the NFL Street is one of my favorite sports games of all time. The first and second one are up there. I played games like Def Jam in the past. Shooters, because I played a lot of the finals. Arc Raiders. Call of Duty, Counter-Strike. I grew up playing shooters mainly. It wasn't until like I got into college that I really got into fighting games for real.
No one's got anything to steal in times like these.
I played Halo, I played Quake, I played Unreal Tournament. It really, like I said, I played platformers, like I played Mario. I played Sly Cooper, I played Jack and Dexter, then I played through the Jack series, Ratchet and Clank. Like, it's, well, when I say I'm a gamer, I play a lot. I play a lot. It's just nowadays I don't always have the time to play, you know, to give to gaming as much as I would like to. You know, you get older, you get a full-time job, You get responsibilities. You have things you have to take care of. Nowadays, I try to go outside a lot more and try to have that life experience, because that's an underrated aspect, I think, of just living nowadays. Because so many people, you know, especially nowadays, you want to stay in, you don't want to go out, you know, you don't want to spend money. It's expensive to go out every weekend, depending on where you go. Depending on who you are, I guess, how well you budget, all those kinds of things. Like, I'm a homebody, so I prefer to stay in most of the time, but I do love hanging out with people from time to time.
Are you crazy?
Like, I don't drink, I don't smoke. But you'll catch me still going to like bars, hookah lounges, different spots like that, just because my friends want to go and I'll hang out with them. I won't partake, but I'll still hold a conversation and we'll just like chill. Like, some of my best friends are stoners. So I'll always be like talking to people about certain things. Friends of Max through Steam, you see him popping up in that lower right hand corner, often game swapping like crazy. Yeah, I played Elden Ring. I played Liza P. I actually beat Liza P not too long ago. And whatever game I stream, I try to actually beat it. I don't like to go back and forth too often. But yeah, I play a lot of different things, man. What kind of games do you guys play? Like, what are you guys into? Let me pause this. I'm the same way with music too, except for country. Like, I listen to pretty much almost any music genre, but I strongly dislike country. I got a few exceptions, but it's just not for me. Like, I'm not gonna go in, you know, completely say the genre is trash or nothing, because I can just simply say something's just not meant for me. Which is something that's so hard for people to admit nowadays. Like, it seems like when someone doesn't like something nowadays, they're so quick to say, oh, this thing's ass, this thing's trash, this thing sucks. And I'm like, well, it can just simply not be for you. Like, it's okay to not like a game and respect the fact that other people do. Like, nowadays, it seems like you tell people they don't like your favorite game, it's like you killed their grandma or something. It's weird behavior. Everybody has like all these crazy negative takes. Because let's be real, negativity does sell and it does capture attention. But it seems like it's so hard to find people who talk about the things they like and the things that they enjoy, which I think is so important. Because if we did more of that, I think more people would be happy. Because how many times have you heard somebody say, oh, this thing sucks, that thing sucks, this thing isn't great? And you're just like, man, like, what do you like? And like, oh, I like this thing. And it's like, why aren't you talking about that then? Oh, because they're like, no, talk about what you like. Like, stop it. Get some help. Like, I tell people all the time, like, I love fighting games, but I also recognize like the things that are wrong with them. Because I do believe if you love something or if you like something deeply enough, you should be able to give some form of constructive criticism for the thing that you like. Toxic positivity is also a thing.
Takeda Shingen. To be able to paint him.
It's like those things too, where if you really like someone, you really care about them, you shouldn't let them go out looking crazy.
Takeda is the very reason I left home, but I've become a ghost.
Or like doing all these crazy things you don't necessarily agree with.
I'm able to sense the thoughts and feelings that dwell within things. Now I should be able to portray Lord Shingen's truth. I can see you have... Surely it must be...
I'm sorry, I'm kind of losing interest in the dialogue. So he wants us to acquire something related to this man who's trying to kill us so he can paint him. I like these shrines. Don't know why the game runs like this. I do hope they add a performance patch. I've even played some more obscure games. Like, I played a lot of MMOs growing up, and a lot of those like did not hit the mainstream or died. I put way too much time into like, what was it, Fusion Fall, Toontown Rewritten, Koei Tecmo. That's why, yeah. To be fair, they've hit it better recently with a lot of their more modern games. Like, not all of them have been trash in terms of optimization, but this one's a little more on the egregious side. But there's also certain people who have no issues at all, so I'm trying to figure out what their setups look like.
Who's that? Oh, a new face on the battlefield.
Very well. Naito Masatoyo of Takeda's 4 vessel shall be your opponent.
Oh, okay. We got a whole intro and stuff. You just dodged the lightning. Like, look at this. That's fine. That's fine. It just takes also a moment for these shaders to load in, because I realize that's what it's doing when you're going in every new area. And if you move a little too fast, then the shaders can load, things to start popping in and things start loading in late. Wish it wasn't that way, but we're working with what we got. Actually, no, let me go back to this one. This is so annoying. You know what? I'm gonna have to ask him to come back over here.
But you are still no match for me.
Hold on. A lot more bearable. Oh my god. What I like about this game too is that they do have random like boss battles like these. Not everything's immediately obvious, and sometimes you'll go into an area and find bosses to fight. He's dodging out the way preemptively. He blocked all of that, huh? I'm just waiting for him to kind of like do something. There it is. You know what? He kind of just kept standing there.
I could be bested like this.
Upgrade that skill. Probably upgrade my life soon. But anytime you look at the large map like this, it's so bad. They also give you guns in this game as well. Yeah, obviously you can shoot people's heads off. It's kind of visceral because like what bullet is doing that? At this point in time. There's just something fun they added that I thought was kind of cool. But this game is really nice if you like exploring, finding different things, and actually not having your time wasted, because there's always something for you to find, some way for you to get stronger, something for you to get.
I don't have the makings of a foot soldier.
Let me guide this man back home. Probably. That's what I'm thinking. Half the options don't actually work either. It's just generally how the product is made, sadly. Oh, just a fraction too early. I forgot. There's not as much drop off with this gun as it is with the bow. Yeah, I kind of figured it was gonna go like that. Okay. Let's even get him off his horse. And it's this area specifically too. I feel bad because the horse didn't do anything to me, but the horse has to catch this work too. Oh, the horse is dead. Didn't realize I cut its head off. I feel so bad. Oh, that's a gun. That's actually a hand cannon. Gotta watch out for those, man. This game is good for stuff like that too. You kind of come in and get an item and then someone's gonna shoot you or hit you. They also have these graves of how other people died. Yeah, so there's a soldier somewhere around here. If not that one, there's just recently shooting at us that killed this person. And what I like about this is that if you fight these spirits and beat them, you can actually get some items. And they give you things for summoning friends too. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oof. Yeah. If you're not careful, you will die. I didn't expect him to hit so hard. Some are players, some are random spirits. It's a mix of both. Good thing about this too is that you can always go back and run it back if in case you die by one of them. Case in point, the grave is still here. It's that attack specifically that's killing me. Cool. And maybe even added something else to it too, where there's different stuff when you put a map to find pertaining to that spirit. It's easier to fight than the actual spirit. Oh God. Yeah, we just gotta get out this area. This area specifically. I think once we go deeper in, we should start seeing less frame drops.
One. Huh?
Oh, it's an enemy base. I've been trying to get closer and closer to this main mission over here. And it's been there's just been so much for me to do. So if I want to do the main storyline, I have to be very intentional. Well, that's another man not going back home to his family. What's in the box? If I'm just randomly doing things, I'm just getting rewards. Like, I don't have to do any of this. I just kind of want to. Ow.
What was that?
That's gotta suck. I didn't have a bow and arrow in this form. But instead of like being just switching between stances, they've separated two different playstyles between ninja and samurai. So you can have a completely different loadout They almost feel like two separate characters. Which is really cool. Now let's see here. Actually. Plus every time you save one of these little green guys, you actually do get a blessing that you can use for them. Things that give you like more health drops and what is it? Increased damage dealt after like drinking one of your potions, or like Estus if you're someone who plays Souls games. Basically, anytime you drink something that restores your health, you can get things like deal more damage, have more enemies that you defeat that drop more health potions, or have it to where they do different things every time you drink it. Actually, don't think I need to do anything else in here. Oh, maybe I do actually. Oh, this allows me to use magic faster? Like, they've added so much to this game that it really does like, kind of feel like this is the vision they had for the first two games. That's cool. Because the first one showed some promise and some potential, but it didn't connect with a lot of people. 2 is where a lot more people bought in, and 3 is like, okay, people are like, this is the best one in the series, hands down. I don't know if they'd ever do a 4th game, but I think if they do, they need to do something about the optimization. Because like I said, some people report issues, some people don't report issues at all. But those who have issues, it's really bad. At least on the PC version. I can't speak on the PS5 version. Most of the time you buy games on PC now, it's like it's a toss-up whether or not it works fine or if it's broken. Better than how Nioh 2 was upon release, I believe. But I'd say if you're interested in this game and your PC isn't like the absolute top of the line, probably get it on PlayStation instead. I'm gonna get to this Crucible. Compatible Guardian Spirit required. I can't go back up from the hot tub. Oh, yes, I can. Over here. Oh, yeah. How did I miss this? These like little areas you fight enemies in and you get rewards for beating them. It's also really rewarding to stagger enemies. That little purple bar underneath their health is like their stagger meter or stamina meter. So if you break that, you just get one super attack you could just do. This man's being bullied. There's lava in here. But these games pretty much open up because there's like more than 8 different types of weapons that you could use. That's gonna hurt. Oh. Did I mention you also get a transformation? That's what that meter is. And everything's so flashy, everything hits so hard. dropped all his items in the lava. That's not fair. Am I gonna get greedy here? Probably. Let me break this first. If this doesn't kill me instantly, it'll be great. Okay, cool. Cool. Little fire never hurt. Little lava's, you know, not so bad. Please don't be a mimic. Cool. Okay, so we've done that. Oh, you know what? I see where I went wrong. I took a wrong turn. I took a wrong turn. I was supposed to take a right at the giant tree, and I ended up going straight instead. That's how easy it is to go off the beaten path in this game. You can just kind of do that. The game doesn't mind. How do I get over there, though? I have to go like all the way back and then just go from here. Actually, yeah, we could just go from here. See where we end up. That is an enemy. I feel bad because that man was literally just minding his business. What's up, Ricky? Hope you're doing well and the day is treating you better. Imagine you're sitting at a campfire with one of your friends and then this happens. Oh no. One thing I also like too is that, oh, this is Hanzo.
Lord Takechia. Excellent timing.
I was about to try and assassinate this man.
One of our spies, Hayek Tamaru. But Takedo's forces are everywhere. Could you lend a hand?
Or why not? Guess we're just going down. Most characters and most enemies, their weak spots are on their heads, but for these guys, their weak spots are more than likely their arms. All those years of playing Resident Evil have kind of like prepared me for moments like that. Yeah, it did a lot more damage than it would have aiming for his head. I missed. Yeah, somehow, some way, these guys have convinced Yokai to join their ranks. I missed his head twice. There we go. I'm so bad at this. We're tearing this man up. Where's he going? I hear something making noise. What is it? Oh, there he is. No, that's not him making a noise. So satisfying every time. Oh, it's y'all. Being able to do a double jump in the samurai armor is crazy.
They've completely wrecked the fields. They even ruined the tea leaves, meant for Lord Ieyasu.
Oh my god. Oh wait, I literally just went backwards. Whoops. This area does look nice when it's not infested by demons and soldiers trying to kill you. Sorry, I'm getting greedy. I'm looking for this item. Yep. Okay. Oh, did he kill out the skeleton already? Didn't know Hanzo had it like that. I should probably take an actual look into where they want me to go after beating one of them. Ooh, yeah, I didn't think we were making that. What's up here?
Hayatamaru has the talent to be a fantastic ninja, but tends to run wild, so I have to go out to the rescue from time to time.
I should probably pay more attention to who we're looking at. Bad trade for him. I had to like actually line it up because I was afraid I was gonna miss it and then he was gonna stab me. Of course, this door is locked. Every door is locked. We're going around. Oh. Oh, one of these green guys up here. Okay, let me see if I can save him. Yo, what up, Dre? How you doing? As you can see, I'm just kind of forcibly putting people to rest. Forcibly and quickly, I should say. Working and bored. Who are you telling? That's gonna be me later today. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Who is this? Oh, this must be the ninja he was telling us about.
What business have you all the way out here? A traveling martial artist?
Oh no, actually.
Certainly do look the part. Alas, I have no stomach for crowds. Come back alone if you wish to speak with me.
Okay, I guess. This is not the guy we're looking for. Why is he just sitting in here? He's just in a camp full of demons and soldiers. I guess we got the key now, so.
Is that Lord Takachiro? Let me assist you.
Oh, that's who we're looking for?
Here comes another one.
Oh, there's more ninjas. I'm over here looting. Apex all over again. I was hoping I could keep just dodging him without having to dodge by swinging. I fought one of these before. Oh my god. It's like wandering armor almost. Somebody shot me. That was gonna end badly. This immense?
Whew. That was quite the fight. Thanks for your help.
Or were they just jumping at random cat?
Hayatomaru is right here, actually.
Okay.
In any case, we've managed to learn a great deal about our enemy. Your body control and movements are excellent. If an opportunity presents itself, don't let me forget to give you some training.
Oh wait, no, this is just him naturally? This isn't like a transformation and jutsu he learned? He's just naturally a cat? We have a cat ninja? That's kind of crazy. They were trying to murk a cat.
Your body control and movements, if it don't...
Alright, well, I've seen stranger things. That is wild. What is that? That doesn't look safe at all. I kind of want to go in there though. I don't know how he didn't see me. Then again, I did put points so it make it harder for enemies to actually see me. He probably would have saw me otherwise. I'm not making noise at all. I was gonna say, did he not hear that? That's gotta suck. I should honestly start switching some stuff out.
Futomata's all but finished.
Let's deal with these guys so we don't have to deal with them later. Oh, I just barely missed because he moved so fast. Oh, well. Should have saved the bullet. Oh my god. Oh, I didn't even realize he had a gun. I thought he was just sitting there. Need to get my eyes checked. Someone's aiming at me. Oh, this guy. Couldn't imagine being stuck with an arm that big for the rest of my life. You make moving around so awkward. One half of your body is permanently off balance from the other. What else is over here? I wanted to catch him before whatever behind me caught up to me. Does he not see me? Does he not care? Can I do a stealth attack on him? How do I do that? He's on a horse. Never mind. I guess we'll just cut the horse like last time. Oh wow. I'm thinking it's some type of giant boss or something we're gonna find and fight. Nah. There's just a bum on a horse. Ah, I missed. Oh, he started moving? That's bad luck. Okay, so I'm noticing the arrow isn't going directly where I'm shooting it. And there's a bit of a delay after you shoot it because it's projectile based. I'll just wait. There we go. Apparently those things love being used for target practice. Every time you shoot one of them out of the sky, they get really happy and give you gifts. Like an abusive relationship, except it comes with rewards. Huh? Oops, didn't want to do that.
The enemy!
I thought he was gonna shoot me out the sky for a second. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Finished.
He flipped over my swing. Oh no, I'm dead. Oh no, not quite. That was close. That guy hit hard. I'll be dying to the most unexpected things in this game because I'll fight so many different types of monsters that I believe are stronger, and then I'll die to some random fodder enemy because I just was not prepared. All on me though. It's kind of crazy. It just shows you can't underestimate anybody. Okay, so this is actually a main mission. Oh, nice. Oh wait, hold on. Let me look up a little more. There we go.
Lord Takechio, gaze upon the mist covering the castle. I will attack from the rear. You will assault the main entrance. Gunners will surely be posted on the walls. A stealthy advance is possible, but bringing down their command structure is also an option.
I wonder if this actually matters.
From the gun, but
I'm getting into this thing. Can't do that yet. Okay. I want to increase this damage, or do I want to do something else here? Well, let's increase the ninjutsu damage. Why not? They just looks like they're having such a good time. Like they're always having a party. I love those things, man. Let me see my armor. Okay, so I definitely need to upgrade my strength. I think I already have the best helmet currently for me. The recovery speed is also really good though. That's 2 points of damage, it's the same toughness. There's somebody in front of me, but I don't think he's seen me. Yeah, I don't think we got anything else really to replace this with. Alright. Oh, you know what? My weapons. What I like is that you can sort these by weapon type too. I don't think I have anything better though, as far as like my actual weapons and everything else. I think I'm kind of just stuck with what we have right now. Same thing in the gun department. Wow. Okay.
A strange mist has enveloped the castle keep. I hope the reinforcements.
I was hoping we were gonna get the assassination. We just a second too late and a little too far. There's so much damage. He said there are gunners along the wall, so I'm assuming we can kind of come in through here, maybe. I hope, and not have to go through all that. Would be nice. Yeah, I didn't think they were gonna leave the door open either. See, I also think this is why they didn't give this game a mantling option, because if so, I would have been able to reach that. Fortunately, a lot of the roadblocks in this game feel artificial, because that's the jump I can make in real life. Somebody got shot. That was... Whoa, illusions? I saw that? That threw me off. We have false terrain. Somebody cast a prestidigitation. Would have had to shoot that a little earlier, like that. Oh.
What?
Oh, what? Okay, that didn't work. That didn't work either. These are not the red barrels I grew up with. The other guy doesn't see me, but he's definitely gonna hear this. Maybe not. That's crazy. I don't know how he didn't see that. I guess they'll only be able to see certain things if you're into their range, though. That makes sense. And it's in pass perception check.
What?
Let's get this door open.
Who goes there?
Oh, he moved. Ah, I messed up. There we go. I like how he sits there and looks to see if he hit anything. Wow, okay. That's still trippy to me. So not only do they have yokai and other evil spirits on the enemy side, but they also have illusions. Like they have firepower, they got swords, they got numbers, and they also have illusions. Go along with the demons. Yeah, I knew that was gonna hurt. I need the iframes. Excuse me.
I got you!
No, you don't. Cats are going crazy. Thought that was an illusion too. What are you doing sitting in the stables, brother? How was he there? There's a Kodama somewhere around here. It's gotta be on that rooftop. Does he still know I'm here? That's evil, by the way. One of those cover, I don't know if y'all saw it. One of those covers is fake. So you'll be hiding behind it, thinking you won't get shot, and then get shot anyway. That's crazy. That's evil.
They're crossing the river. Enemies! Ah!
That's gotta suck. Okay, so maybe I jump up here? No? I don't even think this thing is on top of here. It might just be in one of these little stables. Yeah. What? That's crazy. Thought it was on top of the stable, but no. All right, so which way are we going now? Okay, so this is a shortcut to get back to where we came from. So I'd imagine it's gonna be through here and make a left. Yeah.
Abandon this location! Make them fight in the moat!
Yeah, okay. Kamijiro the Crushed. So yeah, Rage, this would be one of the spirits that just naturally appears. But there'd be other red graves here if I was in an online mode. And his name, I'm pretty sure you can tell what happened to him.
Who goes there?
You gotta go, my friend.
Who are you?
I forgot that stops right in front of me. Okay. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Ooh, they almost killed me. Besides that, there's nothing else there. He fell to his death.
We must hold out. Our Lord will not abandon us here.
Sneak attack, man. Wow. Definitely need some more strength. So we get skill into like the strength at 8. I need to slowly but surely start improving these. Otherwise I'm just gonna start dying. Cool. I also like that they let you jump to get a little more distance. Someone's been shooting at me this whole time. Ow. This is one extensive placement. Those look like rocks. They're gonna fall the moment I come through, right? Something see me. My question is what? Apparently not. Yeah, why did he not throw the rocks? Definitely looks like I should have got hit by them. I thought so. I know I'm not crazy. Or maybe a little bit, but not that much. Oops. Those guys are very helpful. May not seem like it, but they're actually putting in that work. Oh. This looks like a boss fight area. Gotta be. I know I just saw a shrine here. This must be the one I saw. Shouldn't need to pray again. This is how easily I get turned around in these types of games. This guy is huge. Oh, this guy didn't hear any of that? And that guy at the front is just watching me kill these guys.
All by yourself. Foolish. No one can stop the hole. Come like that now.
Is he spamming parries? He is. Got something for people like you.
Yeah!
Why are you running? Doing this again.
Such strength.
That's gotta suck to fight against.
One like this waiting in the wings all along. That dog's full of tricks.
Oh, he counted as a formidable enemy. Dope. He's still alive. I thought we would have killed him. Ninjas. I completely forgot I had this. I probably should use this a lot more. I guess I really haven't been in a position to. Guess he expected his homie to take care of me. Please don't be a mimic in here. Nice. Where's the Kadoma? Oh, it's on the other side. Oh, right. We're supposed to be finishing retaking the castle. I completely forgot why we came here. They just kind of told me to go start killing people, and I just kind of started doing that. You know what? Let's summon a spirit. I want to see what this looks like in this game. Hey. I want to see how much better the companion AI has got, or how much worse. Wait, was there an item I was leaving behind? Nah. Let's unlock the shrine. I wonder how long they stay now, because after a while in 2, they would just leave if they stayed too long, or after you defeated a certain amount of enemies. I think it was like a bar that would tell you. He's leaving cow traps everywhere. Nice.
Hey, was this wall always here? We can't get to the other side like this.
I feel bad because how do you train for this? Like there's really nothing you can do if you're just a regular soldier going up against this. Ow. He's dodging and then shooting me. I hate him. He's throwing water at me, and it hurts. That's crazy. Missed everything. I hate it here. Ooh, that was close. He's kind of just sitting here. Okay. I don't think this particular spirit is as good. Just a fraction too early. There you go. Did I just jump off of him? I think I did. I forgot I had that ability. Yeah, I do. Okay. Hey, yo, immediately snitching is crazy. Am I liking this? Oh, gameplay and everything is fire. Just your mileage may vary if you're streaming it in terms of performance, because it's a Koei Tecmo game. They're not the most well known from optimized PC ports. Putting it nicely. So if you have a console, you probably have a lot better time streaming it on PlayStation. Just because there's so many different people reporting like, oh, they're having performance issues. So many people who aren't. It's across the board, whether you will or won't. You may or may not. So if you're someone who doesn't want to take that kind of risk, I'd recommend grabbing a console version. Really fun game though. Like, it's improving upon the first two in every single way. And if Souls games are your type of game, this one's definitely at the very least worth looking at, because again, some people who don't even like Souls games to really try this one. It's a lot closer to what people have been asking from software to do a game, which is combat closer to Sekiro, but also adds in transformation, summons, and just so many different ways of playing. Man, he tanked that for me. So many games to play. Yeah, it's a lot. But the good news about this is that this is only going to get better over time. And there's no rush. That giant door you just saw fall is also a type of yokai you can run into in this game. And what you can do is you don't necessarily have to fight every single type of enemy you see. So like, there's mimics in this game where if you open up chests, an actual mimic of yourself will pop out. And other people, their first instinct might be to attack it, fight it, defeat it, and get loot, which you can do. But you can also just do it. It will pop out and it'll do an emote. If you do the same emote the mimic does, it'll drop items and you won't have to fight it. And it'll actually celebrate and I'll give you things. Like little things like that. That door that we just ripped the talisman off the back of, if you do a certain type of emote, it'll actually leave you alone. And like, it'll bow to you and give you items. But it's not the same emote every time. In fact, if you do the wrong emote, it'll actually anger it and then you have to fight it. Little things like that for a lot of different characters and a lot of different yokai in this game, different interactions. You have different elemental attacks, you have different buffs you can do to boost your defense, lower the enemy's attack, lower their defense. You have different spirits you can summon. It's co-op. So if you want to go through the game with another person or two other people, you can. Because I believe it's 3 players is a max. A lot of different build variety in terms of equipment, in terms of like weapons. Like if I go to this menu, these are all the different weapon types in the game. Well, except this one. I have to unlock this one still. But you got axes, odachis, swords, switchglaives, dual swords, spears, and that's just for the samurai side. Then some do repeat, like you have dual ninja swords, which you also have tonfa, which is like the little batons you wear on your hands and stuff, where like you grab them like this, and then the batons will extend across your forearms. But then you have talons, which I'm using currently, hatchets, split staves, kusarigamas, and each one has their own individual skill tree. So like different abilities you can get for each different weapon type. But also if you just want to be looking at different ninja types and different ninja skills in general, like launching orbs of lightning, spitting out fire, spitting out lightning. You know, you can throw shurikens, you can split different shurikens into different things, you can learn paralysis magic. There's a lot to do here in just terms of Samurai Ninja alone. And that's not even getting into the different stat bonuses and equipment bonuses and set bonuses that you can get in this game, the upgrading of gear, the dismantling of gear, the selling of it, the different items you can get gun wise, and just switching it back and forth between loadouts at a moment's notice. It goes in depth. That's not even going into their combo system. If I look at my hours, I've got about, let me see if I can go to the home here, if it'll let me. Hold on, let me move this over and then do it. I don't know why it's not switching over, because I wanted to see how many hours I have in a game currently. If I press shift tab, can I see that now? Yeah, so far I've played this game for about 18 hours. And I'm already level... I go to my status. 45. You can go into the hundreds. This game also has a new game plus. I've just been having that much fun with it. With just different skills you can learn, different playstyles, different things to do. Like I said, you get so much equipment in this game. This is just the equipment I have now and I've earned lately, but none of what I've dismantled or gotten rid of. Very fun game. A lot to do, a lot to get, a lot to earn. And this one's open world. So like I said, that's probably why the performance isn't as best as it could be, because the last couple games were not open world. I'll come back for these guys. We got a castle to finish retaking. But I'd say this is going to be one of those games you definitely don't want to sleep on. Oh my god. Where are we going to go from here? Oh yeah, this is what I was doing. Oh, there's also parries too. And different types of parries. This game has multiple types of parries. That red attack requires me to switch stances in order to parry. But there's also a deflect, which I was doing earlier, which can throw off enemies and actually stun them too. I missed time to parry and almost died for it. Double jump, there's a sprint. Actually, I need to upgrade my intellect. I think you need all your base stats at like a 10 to be able to do everything, but you're not as railroaded into picking up specific what's the word for it? A specific type of playstyle now. You can kind of just freely allocate your stats how you want to, and it tells you what all your stats affect. So you're like, oh well, I want to use swords better, I want to use hammers better, but does this stat also affect talons or guns and stuff like that? You'll be able to see that at a moment's notice and just at a glance, which I thought was pretty cool, because in the last game it wasn't like that. It's like they told you, but you didn't have a visual graph to look at, because you know people don't like to read. Oh my god. I was kind of like curious to see what he was gonna do there. I haven't seen him do that before. I want to say now the country as a whole is like at a 7th grade reading level or a 6th grade reading level, which is scary because we're regressing. We used to be at an 8th grade reading level, and before that a high school grade reading level. Hey, yo. Why he hit so hard? Those are the guys that were shooting at me earlier. Nothing to see here, boys. I knew one of them was gonna shoot me. Man.
Who would have thought the castle would fall so quickly? Demons! Demons are coming!
Why do I get the feeling we're gonna be fighting something mold or plant related in here? Fungus even. Oh my god.
Must lay down his life for loyalty. And yet, my loyalty lies in a realm beyond death.
So much worse than I imagined.
So then, let them call me a demon.
I mean, that's kind of what you are right now. It's like Berserk all over again.
My lord's rule.
I blame Griffin for this. I'm sorry, he has illusionary attacks? So he's... Oh my goodness. It's horrible for people like me. He's doing feints. I hope my elements naturally counter him. Ah, too early. Oh my god, he has two. Follow up on his follow up? Okay. That's annoying. He didn't do this follow up this time. He's baiting me with these. It's like I went to dodge, but I dodged somehow too late. He's catching me asleep at the wheel. Okay.
Such deafness. Could you be the one who defeated Masakage?
That's me. But to be fair, I might take a L here. Buried him. Oh my goodness. I should be using these. Oh my goodness, please.
I will not die. Not until my lord's control is secured.
Please. Ah.
Will not free so easily.
Okay. I like how I waited till I died to actually start lagging. I'm appreciative of that. Okay, this is fun. Okay. I think I got his number now. You know what? I probably should have opened that door before before the event of my untimely demise. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Ooh, this is the wrong way. Hope he doesn't shoot me in the back. That'd be pretty bad for me. How did I get in here last time? I fell through the crystals. They don't have a hitbox. Oh my god.
None shall hinder my lord's rule.
Backflipping to get out of the way of attack is still cool. I'm sorry, he threw water at me? Well, I guess I threw cats at him, so we could call it even. Sorry, you got cross the map slashes? Oh my god. Ooh, that was close. No, he grabbed me. Unfortunate. Slapped to death is the word. You know what? I still forgot to open that door. Still forgot to open that door. Okay. I just gotta not panic when he's swinging at me and trying to take my life. Shouldn't be too hard. I actually don't think there's a way to get through it, and here it is. Almost forgot again. There we go. All right, this is the one. Third time's the charm. I think.
None shall hinder my lord's rule.
Maybe not. The frames. I can't see. Oh, I tried to parry the second one, so you have to parry the first one, otherwise you can't parry the second one. Okay. All right. I'm always trying to do all this fancy stuff with the parry timings and everything.
None shall hinder my lord's rule.
Right, in this stance, I shouldn't be trying to deflect. That's only a samurai stance. Got me. That's gonna hurt. Oh, my timing's off. I don't know how to dodge that yet. Oh, mistimed it. I don't know how I'm missing this. Oh well.
None shall hinder my lord's rule.
But sometimes he doesn't follow, and other times he doesn't. And that one, I think we have to dodge forward instead of backwards to avoid the grab. I'm going for the parry on that one every time. But it's like he's throwing so much visual clutter in my face. Okay.
None shall hinder my lord's rule. Much to learn.
Even dodging a frame too late. Okay. That hurts. Oof. That's gonna hurt. I don't know why I can't time that one properly. Gosh, too late. Too early. That one, a frame drop killed me. That one, an actual frame drop killed me. So that means I have to be very careful when going for parries.
Hinder my lord's rule.
Yeah, some awkward moments it's dropping right there. Yeah, like right there, I pressed right trigger the moment it happened. And my input just didn't go through. That's crazy. So whenever he's doing that, I just have to dodge. Because I can't parry it on timing. So I have to just keep going back. Like sometimes I can get it, but most of the time I'm just gonna end up missing.
None shall hinder my lord's rule.
Like right now, like what is this? Those last two misses were my fault. Yeah, I can't hit it.
Much to learn. Not since Kenshin. Such deafness. Could you be the one who defeated Masakage?
Okay. Oof.
I will not die. Not until my lord's control is secured!
Can't go for the parry. If I go for the parry, I'll die. That lunge and that tracking is devious. That hurts. Oof. That got scary. All right. They call it the Mirage Fortress. That makes sense. Oh, just convenient y'all came walking in, huh? But hey, we beat it.
Defeated the demon of mean. Seems what
through lag.
The castle wasn't just luck. Well, with this, I will be able to report good news to my lord. Thanks to your distracting the enemies, I was able to save Lord Nakane.
I am Nakane Masatelu, protector of Futamata Castle. Our blades proved no match for the yokai, and I feared our fate was sealed, but you saved us all. Thank you. A token of my appreciation. Take it. Mark my words. I shall atone for this blunder tenfold in the next battle.
But it is far too early for rest. A report arrived saying that Takeda's main force is on the move. We must prepare for the coming battle. Make your way back to Hamamatsu Castle once you are ready.
I think I'm gonna fight that last Crucible Spirit. Truly crazy timing. All right. At the moment I came back out here, lag started again. I don't think we need to speak with those two again, but I'll do it just in case. You always want to make sure you're exhausting every line of dialogue with these NPCs.
Mark my word.
Okay, I know.
But it is... we must make you...
Alright. Guess we'll just go back to the castles, figure out what it is that they want to say, and then that'll probably be it.
Lord Takachio, I do apologize, but to the hills north of this...
Let me just skip through this.
What time... Would you...
So she gave me another tempo to go clear out. Oh God, why is it like this? I'm gonna see if there's anything else I can do regarding this performance. Because I've optimized my settings and I've done quite a few different things.
It's Lord Takechio. The Takeda forces, though thin, appeared in Mikatagahala in the northwest. Scouts even say they saw Takeda himself in the vanguard. Concerned with what he's doing, but we must take advantage of this chance. Killing him will throw the enemy forces into disorder. Lord Ieyasu has already taken his finest troops to Mikatagahala, and I will follow close behind. There is no time to delay. Join me at once.
Okay, so we'll do that the next stream. Make sure I save the game. Heart needs to be at an 8. Intellect needs to be at an 8. Oh, wait, Cestus is? I'm sorry? We have actual gauntlets? Oh, and that's under the samurai skill tree? Oh, it's gonna be all hands from here on out. Yeah, no, we're like this I'm about to put hands on some yokai. I would definitely be grabbing this weapon type the first chance I get, actually. I thought it was gonna be I thought, you know, the bladed gauntlets was gonna be the closest thing we got. No, I didn't know they. You know how many games I've been asking to add something like this? I need that. I need that. I wouldn't even bother upgrading as much stuff in dual swords as I have if not for that. I think I'll keep using them though too, in case I ever get bored of the gauntlets. Let me quit the game though. All right. Oh. Did the stream freeze? Oh no. Well, this is interesting. Whoa. Okay, so OBS is frozen on my end. Let me see if I can see it from your guys' end. This game is doing things, man. Okay. So I just can't see it from my end, but you guys are unfrozen? On my screen, I'm frozen, but apparently it's still working through OBS, so... I'm gonna try and do something here. This is so weird. So weird. It's still working. Yeah, on my end, OBS is frozen, so... Because I had to pull up the stream to look at it. We're gonna try this. We're gonna try this. I blame Nioh 3. I appreciate y'all. Thank you as well, Chrono, for letting me know. Okay, yeah. I've never had this happen before. Well, actually, no. It's been a very long time since something like this has happened. But I think because of how intensive Nioh 3 was, I'm gonna attempt to figure out some settings and fine-tune some things. If not, I might just have to switch games. We'll see. I'll let you guys know though. Hopefully this doesn't keep happening. But that's weird. That is weird. Like everything else is fine for the most part. But I appreciate you guys coming through all the technical difficulties and technical issues, because this game has been one big giant headache to run, which is crazy because I have a top of the line system, but it's just that unoptimized. So I'll probably like do a few updates later on this week as far as like computer wise and overhauling wise, just to make sure nothing else breaks. But I think if I keep having technical issues, I'll probably have to pivot into streaming something else, unfortunately. Like, I do like playing Nioh 3 and I do like enjoy the game, but it seems like whenever I do play it, there's like frame drops galore. It's a bit abysmal with the performance I'm getting, but I'll try and like adjust some things, see if anything fixes itself over time, slowly but surely. Because off stream, for the most part, it's fine, but it's when I get on stream, obviously the computer's underneath a heavier load. But even still, it shouldn't be giving me nearly as much trouble as it is. Because I played at higher intensity games. But I guess we're just going to be rating someone. Here's the first rate message for everybody sub to the channel. And a second one for everybody that isn't. Yeah, like on my end, I can't even see the fact that it even wants to do like the ads. And I don't want to restart OBS, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Icebone, thank you so much for the raid. Anybody else who decided to stay along with the raid. Rage, Ricky, thank you guys for being here, as well as... Well, I literally can't see everybody else. But just do know, if you chose the time to be... If you took the time to be here and hang out, I really, really do appreciate you guys. I normally would like to go through and thank everybody, but whether it be through follows, chatting, lurking, I appreciate each and every last one of you. But we're having a big technical hiccup here. But thank you all so much for showing up and for showing out. I really do greatly appreciate it. You guys take it easy. Drink some water, exercise, stretch. If you're sitting at your desk all day, roll out your wrists, stand up every once in a while. You know, let the people know. Let the people who matter in your life know that they matter and that you care about them. And I hope they're doing the same for you. That all being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day and or night. You're all wonderful people, and I hope you guys take it easy. I'm going to attempt to get to my ending screen here. May or may not work. We will see. I'm going to click on it. But y'all take it easy. I'm gonna send you guys over to Nioh-san. He also talks about mental health a lot, and he's pretty cool people. Thank you all again so much for being here.